You made my chair start to vibrate. Yeah. Feels good.
My mom says that's why my feet are so big.
My daddy is also an amazing inventor. Amazing man, my daddy.
This is the happy freezing baby position.
Take my foot.
Piper took our shoes.
Dan Schneider used his power to pull off his sick fantasies. On his show, Henry Danger, there are so many weird moments. He had his kid actors play with each other's feet and make inappropriate adult-oriented jokes. He also put these minors in compromising situations for perverted gain. Nickelodeon shouldn't have ever condoned this behavior. So let's get into it. I think we can all agree that Dan Schneider is an absolute creep. He is a former Nickelodeon producer who's responsible for shows like iCarly, Zoe 101, Drake and Josh, and so many more. And today we're going to be talking about Henry Danger because a lot of you guys have emailed me, you've asked me to talk about creepy moments from this show, and now I'm ready. One person sent me an email saying since Henry Danger has been uploaded to Netflix, they've been watching it and it gives them the creeps. So let's talk about why. I think we can all agree that Nickelodeon is a children's network, so their content should be child friendly. Yet a lot of Dan's shows have really perverted messages throughout the episodes, like whether it involves feet or squirting things onto each other or just weird moments that make viewers notice that there's something off here.
Wait, dude, what are you doing? Don't start pressing random. What's happening? What's happening? You made my chair start to vibrate. Yeah. Feels good.
One person wrote in an email to me that they've been watching Henry Danger recently, and it actually has a pretty decent plot, but there are so many foot jokes from seasons 1 through 3 that it's literally frightening. They write, no joke, there was a foot joke in the first 43 seconds of the first episode. And even though feet aren't necessarily bad, and we don't want to shame people out there with their fetishes, but there's something about Dan Schneider and children's feet that just leave a bad taste in everyone's mouths, because it seems like he likes to take videos of them and likes to include them in his work, but it really doesn't add much to the picture by adding a foot joke or having a kid play with their feet or anything like that. And it was reflective in their social media as well. Would you rather give Jasper a foot massage with a child and an adult foot, or eat a bowl of hair soup? One person wrote none in all caps and said none, and that's with all capital letters. They don't want to do either. I wouldn't want to either. Dan Schneider shared this from his official page. Would you rather give Charlotte's uncle Roscoe a long, in all caps, foot rub, or hand wash and comb Gooch's mustache? Which Gooch's name alone is a little bit kind of bizarre, but why does it have to always involve foot rubs? And why is he asking for these kids watching his shows to offer up if they would rather do that? I just don't understand whose bright idea it was to include all of this foot propaganda. I mean, it all points back to Dan Schneider, and you can see it throughout all of the shows that he's created. One person wrote in an email that the actor Jace Norman was on Henry Danger. He was always pulling up his shirt at 13 and 14 years old. That was kind of the same thing with Gibby and iCarly. He always had his shirt off or showing his shirt, and as an adult, I remember he did an interview saying that, you know what, looking back on those moments, it was a little bit weird. Take a look at this gif of one of the actors peeling a banana with his foot. What is going on here? So weird. And I thought that person was bluffing when they said there was over 50 jokes involving feet in the first 3 seasons of Henry Danger, but they weren't. If I was this adult actor, I just don't even know how I could find myself in this situation and there's really no context that would make it seem okay. It's just like weird, and like, who are we exactly making this for? Because the kids don't want to see this, or really this. Like, what is even the storyline? I mean, I guess you need to watch the actual episode for it to make sense, but it doesn't make sense to me that feet are always a main character in Dan Schneider's productions. But it is a big part of his productions because it's a big part of his life, and even on his personal Twitter, he's tweeted weird things to his wife, Hungry Girl. Yes, his wife goes by Hungry Girl. Her name is Lisa, and she has a brand, a food brand with like cookbooks and things like that, even though she's not much of a chef. But he asked her, do you want to go for a drive? Do you want to go into our room and watch Too Cute? I'll rub your feet. I don't know why he put this on Twitter. Maybe he meant to send it as a text because it's a little bit TMI. But back to the Henry Danger foot situation, because it really doesn't end. I mean, here's this one with a really long toe. Here's another picture of that toe. I don't know what is going on there, but that looks like my biggest nightmare. Like, ew, why is it making my feet hurt just even looking at that? And then there are more weird clips involving children.
Squeeze my foot.
No! This pedicure is over!
This is hard. Want to see a video of your daughter?
I'm squeezing!
Did anyone else catch Dan Schneider's name pop up? It's interesting to see when his name pops up because it's always moments like this, like the shot that he was asking for. And of course, his name comes up, executive producer Dan Schneider. One person sent me this email in season 1, episode 11 of Henry Danger, titled Henry the Man Beast. Henry is trying to explain to his date why he randomly started growing facial hair, body hair, and was acting overly aggressive, kind of like symptoms you would associate with a child being exposed to testosterone. And he says it's because of a reaction to a foot medicine. Then he goes into detail on why he would need this foot medicine. And it's just all really weird. Like, who made up this storyline? Well, we know who made it up.
I had a weird reaction to this special medicine. These pills I take for my feet.
Why do you take pills for your feet?
'Cause I have fetal fungal syndrome. FFS. Feel my face. No hair. And look. Smooth.
Looks good.
Let's go through another moment you guys pointed out to me. Hi Sloan, I wanted you to see that Dan Disgusting Man Schneider took his foot fetish way too far in the 15th episode of Henry Danger season 1. The whole episode was inappropriate. Henry was 13 at the time in this episode, and he took a high school girl to a Valentine's Day soda club dance to make his crush Bianca jealous. Captain Man had to take Henry's teacher, Miss Chapin, on a date because Henry got a huge F on his test, and she said if she got a date with Captain Man on Valentine's that she would raise it to an A. So let's go ahead and react to this moment together.
You better not make us tardy.
I was born tardy. My mom says that's why my feet are so big.
Sharona Chapin, Schwaz, Schwartz, Sharona Chapin.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Hey, anyone mind if I take off my shoes?
Actually, please don't take off your shirt. Oh! That is a big toe.
So, I have this sore on my back.
A sore?
Uh-huh. Maybe one day you can drive me down to the wound clinic.
Okay.
Oh, this doesn't even like seem funny to me. Like, what is going on? This show is completely chaotic.
Take this.
Oh, who is it?
Doesn't matter.
At least it's an adult this time, but like, did anyone else notice like her? Yeah, I just don't even want to address it, but I could not stop. It caught my attention. Let's move on from that. This person wrote in an email that I noticed in Dan Schneider's shows, they refer to glue as lube and glued as lubed. For example, in Henry Danger, the first episode, Captain Man gets his zipper stuck on his costume, and then the clip ends and a new clip comes on. In that clip, Captain Man holds up a glue bottle and says, "Always good to keep the old zipper lube." It does seem like a play on words, but why are they playing with these words and trying to make these innocent words like kind of like sexualized for a kid's show?
There we go.
Keep the old zipper lubed. Okay, sir. Let's go to our next email. In season 3, episode 6, there's an episode titled Gas or Fail. At about the 10-minute mark, there's a conversation about a shaft and a colonoscopy exam. I was shocked at how nonchalantly they said it. Also, at the 14-minute mark, the characters are in a bathroom stall making grunting noises. A kid walks in and then hears them and then runs out terrified. Like WTF, these jokes aren't for kids, so they have evil intentions. Dan Schneider is one twisted man.
I know what to do. Watch. Pull me inside there with you. Right. Pull on my hand. All right.
I found this next email very interesting because they reach out because their daughter is an 8-year-old who loves Henry Danger and wants to have a Henry Danger themed party. She writes, I had only seen it in passing while walking around the house until a few days ago. I sat down with my family and actually watched a whole episode. There was something very disturbing to me and, in my opinion, inappropriate for kids. I'm not sure what the episode was called, but there is one where Henry's family gets sick and their fingers turn green. This character straps Jasper down to a board and very painfully removes his blood with a machine so he can collect the blood and tons of it and create a cure for the disease while Jasper is screaming and pleading for him to stop. I wanted to turn it off at that scene, but my husband argued that it's okay, it's just Nickelodeon, and was convinced I was overreacting. However, I know as I've gotten older and more observant, and especially through watching your videos, it doesn't matter if it's Nickelodeon or not. It can still be highly inappropriate. She doesn't believe that this show should be G-rated, and she's got her 8-year-old watching it and wanting to have themed birthday parties around this show.
Hello?
Hi, Henry. I'm almost ready with the cure. I just need a little more blood from Jasper.
No! I'm out of blood.
Just please hurry.
Did you drop the phone? Okay, Jasper.
What now?
I just need a little bit more of your blood.
But I don't think there's any more blood in me and I can spare.
Sure, there is.
A little bit weird, a little bit like adrenochrome vibes, even though I think that's blood that comes from like children. Either way, there's something sadistic about it, and I'm glad they pointed that out. This person wants to be anonymous, and I am covering up everyone's information throughout this entire video, but they shared an interesting scene from Henry Danger. So let's go ahead and see what's so interesting about it.
I'm sure you have lots of great stories about selling junk and stuff.
My daddy is also an amazing inventor. Amazing man, my daddy.
Oh, that's right.
There's something a little bit weird about him calling that man daddy. There's something off there. They also sent another clip, and this clip actually kind of reminds me of how iCarly would do those little like special episodes online. It kind of just gives me that energy.
I'm Piper Hart. This is cold yoga. I'm your instructor. Let's start with a simple downward freezing dog. This is the happy freezing baby position. Be sure to remember to exhale.
Exhale through what?
I don't care what you exhale through!
Okay, now I get it. The camera work is a little bit bizarre, but let's talk about a clip involving Dan Schneider. Hi Sloan, I sent you an email about this clip where you can see Dan Schneider on the set of Henry Danger, and it looks like Jace is just walking and then Dan holds out his hand for a big hug, and to me, he looks uncomfortable. So I'm sure that like anyone around Dan probably just doesn't feel comfortable by his entire demeanor. If Dan Schneider tried to reach out for a hug from me, I would be running for the hills.
Hey, so I gotta run to the Game Shakers. Where's Cooper?
I'm right here.
Come on in, guys.
Coop, Michael, and Riel.
Yeah, so I have to run to the Game Shakers. I want to be back soon, but I just wanted to tell you guys something. We're gonna have a great wrap gift for you guys this year. It's actually I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it's gonna be really, really nice, and everybody gets one. Okay? Oh, thank you. Yay! Oh, also the network called and we're picked up for another season of full 20 episodes.
This person sent me an email saying that one episode has been stuck in their head. Episode 22, season 1, at the 10-minute mark. Piper took our shoes. And then like 10 children under the age of 10 hold up their feet. I didn't think anything of it until I remembered that Dan Schneider helped make this show.
Can I have my laptop back? No!
I guess you guys can go home now.
No, we can't. Piper took our shoes.
Also, season 2, the episode called Indestructible, Henry asks Charlotte to tickle his foot. Obviously, Dan Schneider is the one to blame for this moment, but it's just a weird scene.
I was listening to the radio, and the note just says, first joke of the morning, when a Jay-Z called his wife before they got married, and then they was like,
Just tell me what side effect you have.
tickle my foot.
I don't do that.
Tickle my foot.
Such a weird moment. I wonder if these actors on this show felt any kind of way about this consistent theme. Another person sent an email writing that in this show, there's an episode where he first fought the toddler. At the end, the baby bottle was about to explode, and then Captain Man said, "Kid, danger, you've got to get out of here. That nipple is flashing." And this is in season 1, episode 2.
Well, have a look at my bang bottle.
Bang bottle?
That's right. And it's filled with explodey juice.
Kid Danger, get out of here!
I'm not leaving without you.
But that nipple is flashing!
No one leaves. All these balls smell like feet and pee.
The balls smell like meat and pee, like ew. After watching these clips of this show, I mean, I've seen it in passing. I've never actually sat down and watched it. I feel like it's a little bit like, you know, a little bit for a younger crowd than myself. But watching these clips, like, it's not even like, I mean, even in like Josh and Drake, I'm sure Josh would love that. Even in Drake and Josh, there were some moments that were actually genuinely funny. I would say in iCarly as well, but there's like nothing in this that seems funny, and I'm surprised that it even went on as long as it did. But if you guys enjoyed this video, comment below, send me an email of other shows or moments you want me to talk about, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye guys.